as a parent, cannot imagine what it feels like to lose your daughter in that way. But I want to assure you that what she did for her country for the short time she was in was noble, more noble than some who have served 20 years. And while her life was cut short by something that should have never happened to her, what did happen to her is going to fundamentally change the military forever. Because no young woman who joins the military and reaches out and says, this happened to me, or young man for that matter, as long as I have breath in my body, will feel alone and will be left alone if I get that call. And there's an army of people in D and a list of others who have taken up the cause of making sure that we will always remember Vanessa Guillén for what she represented, which was a strong woman who pushed back against the system, paid a dear price, and was essentially martyred for a greater good. And she will be remembered for that, not for what happened to her, but for what the change that was provoked in her name. And for that, and for like many who have lost their lives but have left a society better in having done that, that is the legacy your daughter will leave behind. And I'm going to do all I can to make sure that that happens. Gillums, I served for 12 years in the United States Marine Corps. During that whole time, I had a daughter who at the time I got out of the Marine Corps was 2 years old, but she had seen enough of the Marine Corps through her life, even after that, because I spent a lot of time at Camp Pendleton and being around Marines. So she grew up around the Marine Corps and around the military. So it didn't surprise me when she graduated from high school and decided to put in an application for the Naval Academy. What shocked her was that they accepted her. She went through the preparatory school first and eventually was given an appointment to Annapolis. And so she's there now training to be either a Marine officer or a Navy officer. Right now she's a midshipman undergoing the process, which will be a 4-year process. So essentially she's carrying on the legacy. I saw enough of the Marine Corps to understand a bit of what she's to expect, but she's going to have her own experience. And so I expect that Kayla will learn the military, not just based on what she's already seen, but what she'll see in the future. And that's a big part of why I have a great interest in not only her experience, but the experience of our young people, particularly women. So Specialist Vanessa Guillén was, it was a sad conversation I had to have with my daughter because, firstly, I could identify with Vanessa's father in that you expect your daughter to go into the military and be in one of the safest places a young lady can be at the beginning parts of her life. And my daughter is at that point right now. So in that way, I identified with the father as much as one could without having to undergo the actual hardship. So when I sat down with my daughter, I approached it from the perspective of being a dad who understood that you're sending your daughter into what's going to be a great experience in most cases. But if there's ever that time when something happens, you can come talk to me. And I know Vanessa spoke a little bit with her family. I think what she didn't understand, though, is that you do have rights. You do have rights to speak up for yourself. And even if you feel like you're in a situation where nobody will listen to you, if you say it enough times, somebody will listen. And if you know who to turn to, or if you have people to turn to, they'll carry your voice forward. That didn't happen in Vanessa's case. And I wanted Kayla to understand that if she's ever in that situation, I will make sure that she has a voice and she will be heard. To all of the parents, to those who are in uniform right now, trying to make it a better place and a better experience for those who will follow, to all the activists out there who have given Specialist Vanessa Guillén a voice, and all the others who've lost and hadn't had a voice, we need you to do this. This military belongs to you. We're not a secret society. We're here to protect and serve. And we do our job better when it's transparent, when you know what we're doing, and when you feel like it's a place for all of us to go and serve our country. We're a better military when it feels open for anybody who wants to raise his or her right hand and serve. So I encourage you all to keep doing the hard work of giving a voice to those people who were vulnerable at one point, or who were voiceless at one point. The only way their lives matter beyond what happened to them is to take up the cause of giving their life meaning. Even if it meant they lost their life and we had to have change follow that, their life will have greater meanings through your work. So continue that work, please.